And so you mentioned the Lisbon Treaty. I would mention another article, the Article 9, about the horizontal social clause, which is which was already uh, uh, about the social impact assessment, because in your report you speak also about the social impact assessment, and that we can improve the social impact assessment, and maybe that's the way in order to well, to give an answer to this reconciliation.
That is one possibility as well, which I wanted to submit to the consideration of the European Commission. Um, I'm sure the whole of the report, I hope, gives the message that I am not proposing to throw easily um, masses of social elements just to um, reduce the unpopularity of the single market. And I would be totally against a liquidation of the single market as something which is a burden for European economy and society. As a matter of fact, the title of my report to President Barroso is A New Strategy for the Single Market at the Service of of Europe's economy and society. So the impact assessment, the social clause, etc., is there again focused ways in which we can pursue on building a competitive single market while taking on board social concerns. And on this, like on, I'm glad to say, on so many other proposals in the report, the Commission has been working, and I think we will see many of these initiatives reflected in the Single Market Act.
And about the context of the crisis, you also mentioned the fact that government will do cuts in their budget. But what about the places we want to give to social service of general interest in European policies? Because we have seen that social services can play as buffer during the crisis. And according to us, they undoubtedly contribute to accomplish the objectives of the Union: economic, social, territorial cohesion. And about your perspective, which place should the SSGI have in the social cohesion policies and in the model of European social market economy?
I believe that with the crisis and following the crisis, by the way, I believe that the financial crisis, which has been the first one to come, hopefully has now been controlled. It can always explode again, but that does not seem to be very likely in the short term. One has to be cautious. After that, we have experienced the economic crisis, and I believe that we are only at the beginning of the third stage, which is the social crisis in many of our countries. And I believe that as a legacy of this three-stage crisis, we will have in many of our countries and at the EU level the social concerns, the concerns about income distribution and wealth distribution gain again a higher place in economic and social policies hierarchies, whereas in the last 20 years or so, they had been largely neglected.